Back to Nick's FJ Adventures. I have Felicia up on the lift today. We're gonna go ahead and continue a little bit more from last video of the exterior mods. Then we'll jump onto the inside and talk a little bit more about, or talk a little bit about what we have going on in there. I do have her up on the lift today, or on the lift, so we'll kind of get her up and check out a few more things. One of the things that I wanted to touch on is I do have 2-inch spacers on each wheel. I really like them. I haven't had any problems. I'm running hub-centric spacers on it. And I did also use extended lug studs, which is clutch. The stock lug studs, I did pop out, and it gave it a lot more of a purchase to put the spacers on and then the wheels. I haven't had a single problem with them. It might be why I'm kind of going through CVs, but that's something I'm figuring out. Kind of trial and error as we go. Guys, I'm totally a normal guy on a normal budget, just in love with my FJ and the mods that are capable of on this whole thing. It's just a passion of mine. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's something that is kind of my release. I don't go out to the city. I'm not a city guy. I will always go out to the country if I can, and this girl allows me to do it. So let's go ahead and jump into the engine bay here. Like I said, I am running a dual battery system. I've got 2 yellow top Optima batteries. Bam, bam, whoa. And that is my work battery right there. Sorry for the crude connection. I'm gonna get a proper terminal, I promise. But that's my workhorse. That's my work battery right there. I can run that battery dead. All my lights, I can watch TV, whatever I need to do, plug in my inverter, and run that puppy dead while I'm camping, or if I leave my lights on and my battery dies anyway, all I have to do is turn down this isolator right here, and then I have a fresh new battery in the system. They each, like I was saying, do have their own trickle charge on a solar panel on each side of the bumper. Runs directly up to the battery. Haven't had any problems with those either. Let's see, I also have a PA. Love my PA. It's just meant to communicate with traffic, I'll say, and to yell at friends. It's just a lot of fun. It goes directly into my CB. Best $14 I've spent on Amazon. You guys gotta try it if you don't have it. I have my little Thomas the Train horn compressor right there. And my horn goes down into here. It's cute. It's really not much, but hey, it's kind of something. I'll upgrade later. So really all the motor work that I've done, I kind of plasti dip my cover here. That was kind of neat. But that is pretty much it in here. It's a little bit dirty. I did run my wires for my roof scoop LED bar up and through. I did have to drill into my hood there and also there to get the hardware in. The hardware does go on to there and there, and I've got my drill through for the wire going into the plastic. And again, I used my through the roof. Again, I swear by that through the roof. I've used it on a few applications. It is meant for roofing. It's awesome, awesome stuff. So you put it on, and then you actually use spit to kind of smooth it down in the areas here around your application. It's weird, spit's the only thing that works. It makes it so it doesn't stick to your fingers. I don't know why, but it is a workhorse champ. I love her. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get her up in the air, and we will take a look underneath. Bear with me just a moment, you guys. Going on up. All right, she's up. Let's go ahead and go underneath. Let me introduce you to the undercarriage. Giggity. All right. So we're a little bit dirty. I thought I cleaned under here pretty well, but I guess not. I did get high centered a few weekends ago, like I was saying, and got some major dirt and mud in there. But a couple things I want to touch on right here. I want to show you of course, the shocks and system I'm running here. This is the Alumna 2.5 series. Major beef right here. Love the bottom post on these. CVs are same. Tie rods I did kind of upgrade, so I wanted to have a grease zert on my tie rods. The upper control arm is the Total Chaos fabrication upper control arm. Still stock lower control arm. Did not need to upgrade that to run this system. It is an extended travel system, and I love it. My calipers are a bit dirty, but these are power stops. You gotta make sure that you bleed these like crazy or they will pull you one way or another. So bleed them, bleed them, bleed them, bleed them. I did also put on the braided steel brake lines, which are extended, so I don't have to worry about the travel on these things here. So when my travel is extended, I have a little bit more room, so it's not just hanging and dangling on my brake lines, which is a bad thing, you guys. Let's see, same thing on the other side. Wow, that's dick. That's a good one. Anyway, power stop, drilled and slotted rotors, which I know isn't the best for trailing because of the dirt that it does retain, but I like them. I'm on the dirt not as much as I'd like to be, so I do run a lot of city and highway driving, and I feel they help. I've got some great brakes. I've had to use them, and I love them. So the Uniball upper control arm on here, it's kind of a weird angle, but there we go. I'll show you guys a little bit in here a little bit, but I do also have a can in the back of some spray lube that I hit these guys with every time I power wash, and roughly about every couple weeks or so. I'll just kind of spray these guys a little bit. You can hear them creaking. And also the grease zerts on the bottom. You don't have to grease your upper control arms too much. You can kind of hear when they start to creak a little bit, and then just hit them with a little bit of grease. I do like red and tacky with these polyurethane bushings on there. It's not really, I don't know, I've been told that it's not the best, but I've had just wonderful luck with red and tacky. I love them. I'm sure I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I'm gonna keep rolling it because I do enjoy it and it works, and it's what I have in my grease gun. My D-rings with my anti-rock or anti-jiggle out protection. Okay, so we do have a magnetic drain plug for the oil. Catch any loose metal or debris if there should be any in the motor. Everything else back here is pretty stock. Let's go ahead and touch on my exhaust cutout. So the exhaust cutout that I put in, I tapped into the muffler. It is after the catalytic converters, which are integrated into the exhaust manifold. So that's something that is just right off the motor basically. And I use some pipe clamps there, and it is before the muffler pipe clamp. Actually, sorry, there and there. I TIG welded a 90-degree angle onto it, and this is just on a push button on the interior, and I can open and close as I see fit. It's just kind of for the sound. It sounds amazing. I love it. It doesn't really gain any horsepower. If anything, it might lose like maybe, I don't know, 5, maybe less, but it's worth it. I love it. This is the Gibson dual exhaust. Let me go back here and show you. Wise up after the back and out. I did put these tips on a saw and chop them so I can get my relief on my bumper a whole lot closer. They used to stick out like way far, so I just chopped them. Definitely works. The only modification or addition I had to do, which was like my second weld ever, as you can probably tell, it's terrible, but it works. It's really strong. But I put that on and it works out really well. Got my little backlights here, which I'm gonna probably reposition. All right, another thing that I wanted to touch on is I do have an inverter in the back that I put in. And what I did was I grabbed a set of old jumper cables. I chopped that for the wires. I cut both of the ends off. And what I did is I went ahead and I drilled through my panel. Terrible light. There we go. That's a little better. So I drilled through there, and I used that through the roof that I was telling you guys about. It comes in like a caulking tube, and it's just amazing stuff. It seals so well. I use it at work in many different applications, and I swear by it. I have also my rear differential breather mod that goes through my frame, back out. Got a lot of play on it, into my breather, or into my differential for the breather. And that just goes in behind my rear taillight into the cabin, so I know for sure that it is going to stay dry and wet, or free from moisture, excuse me. So let's go ahead and trace that back a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. What I did is I just went through the frame and I used some clamps and self-tappers on the frame and went all the way up. Oh, got another post here. Okay. All the way up, and then it just runs to my battery. Really awesome mod. So I'm going to go ahead and get her down from the lift and we'll continue. Be right back with you guys. Alright, that was pretty quick. So, I want to jump back on the back real quick and then we'll go inside. So in the back here, I have my box. Love my box. It is definitely clutch. I keep, things like tools on one side and survival gear and other items in the other side. Always got to keep your fly rod on with you, heater. This is my power inverter, what I was telling you guys about. And what I did with this here, gosh, I should have cleaned this up a little bit more, but I put in the cutoff switch. That goes to the positive, so if that's off, this will never have power, because these love to suck down power. Excuse me, so you do have to turn that on in order to get power, which is a great feature. I do have, 4 USBs, 2 12-volt plugs, and 2 12-volt inserts. This is my hose for my shower. Just plug that guy in and right there, take a nice shower. Also, I did put a bag on my back door. What I did with this is I went through the back door cover and I used some eyelets. I just kind of chopped them here, put them on a vise and used a cutoff wheel, just chopped them for hooks. And these hooks just kind of hold on to, clips on the bags. And on the inside of it, I used some other O-ring or some other eyelets, and they're captive on the inside of that hold the hook so it doesn't bow or anything. I can remove that bag and walk with it if I need to. It is a rifle bag, so I can put my rifles in it and just kind of walk out. Right now it's got like straps and first aid, toilet paper, gloves, shovel, things like that. Definitely clutch. One of the mods that I got off YouTube, you guys, I use YouTube for all things. I sometimes just jump on YouTube and see what other new modification I can do. And there's so many great people out there that share their information and share their knowledge. I'm so thrilled and so grateful to have YouTube as a resource. I even YouTubed how to start a YouTube channel. And I got a lot of great information. This little modification right here is awesome because it's a switch that will unlock the door on one side, and on the other side it'll unlock the door as well as the window. Bam! So in doing that, I'm going to close this real quick. So I also put in a door opener on it. So what you do is you just make sure that it's unlocked, and then you can push this down and it opens the back door. Whoops. It opens the back door. So when you're inside, you now have access to open your door and your window. Super easy tie-in. Izzy is the one that taught me about this one, and gosh, I can't remember who taught me about this one, but I will find out and I'll link it, you guys. It's awesome. Let's go ahead and go into the inside real quick, y'all. So the inside, this is the switch to my exhaust cutout here. It is a momentary on-off and open, so down is closed. You can kind of hear it. I'll shut up. Up is open. Pedal commander, love the pedal commander. I can save about 40 miles of, or on a tank, excuse me. Love it. These two here are for 2 of my light bars. I tapped in here and I wired this one up. And I was so mad because I wired it up and then I realized I forgot to go through the hole. Dope! I have my little garage door opener, which I tied into a regular garage door opener and soldered to the signal wires on it. Izzy also gave me The idea for that one, awesome idea. This is my all the time run camera. Kind of tough to see. Unfortunately, right now it doesn't work. This is about my third one. If it gets any kind of power surge, they can kind of chop out on you and quit, which kind of sucks. But that goes all the way to the back. Love that. Let's see here. I've got my CB. And on my panel here, let's see if we can get in there. So I've got all my lights. Let me go ahead and get some power to this so we can see. There we go. So I've got my front and rear. Love these little things because they do look like FJs. Front and rear lights. My Ninja lights are my cowl lights, which are for trailing, and the A-track button is actually, this FJ does not come with A-track. I tried to just install the button and I don't think it really works. I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit more, but it works. Got my nifty shifty. Nothing special to it, it's just a place. It's just a shifter, but I kind of like it. So that is pretty much it for the interior mods on that. Felicia. All right. I want to thank you guys again for joining Nick's FJ Adventures. This is Nick, wishing you guys a happy day. And again, I really appreciate all you guys. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions about anything that I've done on my build here. And I'll keep you guys up to date on everything that I'm going to do from here on out. I appreciate the support. You guys have a good one. Peace!